You found the G-spot. X-Play is coming up next. Then Unscrewed with Martin Sargent at 11:30.
Today on X-Play, Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. Plus, embarrassing outfits in Crimson Tears. And words of peace from Andrew W.K.
I'm the guy who wants to take the bat and go into the audience in the baseball game and smash someone on the head. You know what I mean?
Fantastic! It's game time! Please welcome Teen Dance Sensations, Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb.
Stop dancing.
It's sensational.
No, it's not. Hello and welcome to X-Play.
On today's show, we have pirates.
And celebrities.
But no celebrity pirates.
Sorry, Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
The big news, though, is that later in the show, we've got Metroid Prime 2 Echoes.
That's right, the sequel to the most critically acclaimed game of this console generation. That's big.
It is big. In other words, the first one was really good, so you probably want to see the second.
She likes to simplify things for the Dragon Ball Z fans.
Uh-huh. We also have a very mature headhunter game.
And a game with half-naked robot women. Now, someone is bound to like that, probably me.
But we begin with pirates, the gentle barons of the sea, minus the gentle part.
7 years ago, one of the creators of Tomb Raider decided to make his very own swashbuckling game. And people were excited.
7 years later, the game finally came out, and we couldn't be more indifferent.
Yeah.
Here's our review of Galleon.
After a mind-blowing 7 years in development, Galleon has finally limped onto store shelves as an Xbox exclusive. You're asked to step into the frilly pants of one Captain Rama, a dashing adventurer who has been summoned by an herbalist to examine a mysterious ship.
The ship's design is completely different to any ship I've ever seen.
After much hopping and leaping, Rama finds out the reason this old guy is so interested in the titular Galleon.
I found a broken jar, and in that jar were these 7 leaves of a very powerful herb.
But quicker than you can say hydroponically grown, the old lush is betrayed by his assistant. Stand-up guy Rama decides to take Benedict Arnold's Street Fighter wannabe ass down. Poser.
There is no limit to Zebes' ambitions. Unless we stop him, he will turn my father's dream of good into evil.
To foil the villain's scheme, you'll be traversing all kinds of platforms and balance beams. And you'll give the local fauna a taste of cold steel. Man, this game is ugly. Rama's animation is great, but the rest of it, bleh. Galleon looks like an old Dreamcast game. I guess that's what 7 years in development will do to your graphics engine. Combat works like this. At random points, enemies will appear from nowhere and attack you from behind. Then you start mashing buttons until everything around you is dead. Special moves are awarded based on your performance, but Rama's basic attacks are so powerful that there's no reason to use them. Fighting pirates is a welcome break from the regular tedium of trying to get Rama to do what you want him to do. Rama is an agile guy, but moving him around can be tough to do. Because of the way the camera is set, he and the camera must turn before he can move in a new direction. Sometimes it feels like the entire game takes place in a big bowl of Jell-O. It's ironic that a man this hard to control is so easy to manipulate.
I don't have time to babysit you.
I won't be any trouble, I promise. I'll do whatever you say.
All right, just stick close to me.
Luckily, Rama gets his chance to use the ladies to further his goals. This girl can open doors by dancing in front of them. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Galleon could have been a contender, but the frustration outweighs the fun. Man the lifeboats and let this one sink to the bottom of the bargain bin. A 2 out of 5.
No time for an encore, I'm afraid. I have to bring the house down.
You know, this game took so long to come out that the developers had to create a new graphics engine, and it still looks that bad.
Now, they claim that the skinny ankle characters are part of a specific art style created for the game. I like to call that art style made originally for the Dreamcast.
Of course, not everyone is as critical as Adam and I are. Some people actually try to help others. People like nihilistic rock star Andrew WK.
Now, I met up with Mr. WK at IDOS's backyard wrestling event to find out more about the game, his contributions to it, and the meaning of life.
So, I'm here with Andrew WK, who has a song or songs that's on Backyard Wrestling 2.
Well, one song on this one and one song on the previous version, the Backyard Wrestling 1. So one on each one.
So, how do you feel that your contribution lends to the flavor of Backyard Wrestling?
Well, the lyrical content of both the songs they selected is very confident and somewhat defiant. Actually, the two most defiant songs we have are both ones they chose, which seems to be no coincidence. I think the spirit of Backyard Wrestling is to do things on your own terms, and you don't need to be, in a wrestling ring in Hollywood. You can do it in your own backyard and get started, and that's what I really identify with and really like about it, is that it's about doing things immediately on your own and really using your imagination and being fearless. I could never jump off a building, but I can make a song about doing it. So
right. So kids, start hurting yourself at home, then move on to the big league.
No, don't. Well, that came from him. Not
yeah. I mean, don't tell Mom.
Wow, that is a flattering picture of Andrew WK.
Oh, you should check out my mugshot. Look at that, see?
You look like Nick Nolte.
Yeah, but he had bigger hair.
No.
Up next, why Crimson Tears is for perverts.
It was my first time.
I guess the first time never goes how you think.
Headbanging, world-warping wrecking ball. It's Mario's first ever pinball adventure game, Mario Pinball Land, only for Game Boy Advance, rated everyone.
2 letters, TV. Simple, right? Except these days there's HD TV, ED TV.
We could get an LCD TV.
If we don't get help, we'll end up with NOTV.
I guess you're just what I need.
At CircuitCity.com, you can research all the hot new products, compare ratings, even buy online. Plus find a huge selection of all the top brands every day. Circuit City.
From the corridors of power to the front lines.
Bring it on!
Now comes the motion picture event that will really make your temperature rise. Team America, World Police. Rated R. Only in theaters tomorrow.
No way! How long have I been doing this job? I'll tell you how long. 2,000 years. 2,000 years of loyal service. My contract clearly stipulates that I, and only I, am responsible for controlling access to heaven and giving out wings. And now, well, just look at this. So it all counts for nothing. I'm surplus to requirements. The employment prospects for a 2,000-year-old doorman are less than great. Oh.
Get off me! Get off me! God, get off me!
Feel the power of the new Nokia N-Gage QD from Singular. Insane graphics and the latest titles. Get yours at Singular Wireless, rated T for teens.
First there was pizza, and it was good. Then there was something entirely different. The new double melt pizza from Domino's. Layer upon layer of cheese and crust.
Excuse me, do we have to do this every time we order?
Why not?
Domino's new double melt pizza. Layer upon layer of flavor. With a creamy blend of cheeses and herbs between 2 thin crusts. Buy your medium 1-topping double melt pizza for $9.99 and get any second medium for just $5 more. Get the door. It's Domino's new double melt pizza.
It will summon you. It will challenge you. It will consume you. Mortal Kombat Deception. Online for PlayStation 2 and Xbox. Rated M for mature.
You found the G-spot. Unscrewed with Martin Sargent's next.
as cool as Ninja Pirate Monkeys. It's Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb.
As if anyone could be as cool as Ninja Pirate Monkeys.
Yeah, but we're almost. So exciting. Welcome back to X-Play.
You know, Capcom makes a lot of great games like Beautiful Joe.
Street Fighter.
Resident Evil. Then there's Crimson Tears.
Sure, it follows in the footsteps of many other games with the word Crimson in the title.
Games like Crimson Skies, Crimson Seas, and Fatal Frame 2, Crimson Butterfly.
But Crimson Tears adds something new to the mix.
Half-naked, underage mutanoid girls. Yes, I said mutanoid. Their word, not mine. Here's our review of Crimson Tears.
Welcome to Crimson Tears. It's an anime game about 3 super strong mutanoids facing the dangers of post-apocalyptic Tokyo's dimensional labyrinth. Meet your team. Kadie is 16. She has an aversion to clothes. And her hair is very bouncy. Oh, she's a diver. That explains the bathing suit. Tokio comes from the Michael Jackson school of noses. Oh, so apparently everyone gets facelifts in the future.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
You take these 3 crazy kids, and you go to battle in post-apocalyptic Tokyo. There's a huge surprise. Where exactly in post-apocalyptic Tokyo? Why, the water processing plant, of course. And don't forget the derelict mine.
The derelict mine?
Yeah, the derelict friggin' mine. Please. Girl, I said please. The water processing plant? I can't wait for the sewer level. I mean, that's gonna be a scream. What? I said your levels were lame. Oh my god, you're dressed like a hooker. I'm dressed like a hooker too. Let's hang out.
This is what you're after, eh?
A Canadian hooker. You collect random things from the dungeon that you can use to make new weapons, like boards. The whole process is a huge pain in the ass. So you upgrade your weapon, and you also upgrade yourselves. See, it has role-playing elements as well.
It's just, I'm not sure yet, but I feel like that wasn't the full extent of my powers.
Yeah. You can upgrade combos and such, but you'll find yourself just hitting the same buttons over and over again. No matter which weapons you use or how leveled up you are, just hit some buttons. This is the beginning of the boredom. The middle of the boredom comes from the mind-bogglingly dumb enemies. They all seem the same and rarely put up much of a fight. The end of the boredom comes from the randomly generated dungeons. Randomly generated being a euphemism for the same 4 rooms over and over and over and over in different patterns. And they're filled with cheap hits guaranteed to raise your blood pressure. Don't worry, you can always go back to watching her hair bounce around. So anyway, this game isn't exactly fun.
Yeah, I know that.
Easy, chickadee. All I'm saying is that if you're looking for naked chicks, you'd be better off taking your $50 to scores. You get a 2 out of 5.
Amber.
Are you okay?
It's just, it was my first time.
I guess the first time never goes how you think.
And it has a great moral for the kiddies.
This is one of the few games where the guy in it is actually dumber than the 2 girls. And the girls are pretty dumb.
So you're done with the game then, right?
Yeah, I'm done with the game. I never want to play a thong-wearing mutanoid again.
So you wouldn't mind if I actually borrowed it, for research purposes? I'm studying up on Canadian mutanoid hookers for the New England Journal of Medicine. Okay, would you believe me if I said I was looking for The Economist? Foreign Affairs, National Review, one of them? Okay, hustler.
Coming up, there's a reason Headhunter Redemption is rated mature.
What happened in that house?
When someone dies in the grip of a powerful rage, a curse is born.
There's something else here.
And once it sees you, you can't escape the fury of The Grudge. The Grudge, rated PG-13, in theaters October 22nd.
Why should you switch to DirecTV today?
I was really sick of the way my cable company was treating us.
We didn't know we had options, so we did nothing for years.
Then I got DirecTV.
I had digital cable, and it was crazy. Only some of the channels were actually digital. With DirecTV service, 100% of the channels are digital.
I got my entire DirecTV system for free. It was installed for free, and I even got a free DVD player. I didn't have to buy a thing.
Have you looked at your cable bill lately? I did. I was paying way too much.
With DirecTV, I pay under $40 a month, and I get 125 channels, including my locals.
It's better picture,
better sound,
more channels,
and more reliable.
It's free installation,
and it was cheaper than cable.
You don't have to settle.
Get it direct. Get free installation and free equipment for up to 3 rooms through this special television offer. Plus, while supplies last, you'll receive a DVD player free just for subscribing. Pick up the phone and schedule your installation today.
Just pick up the phone and do it.
Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb will crack at any minute. Purple Monkey Dishwasher.
Welcome back to X-Play, the show with no moral compass.
That's why we think it's a fine time to review a game that features some adult content.
Yeah, by adult, Adam means porn jokes. It has porn jokes.
The game in question is the sequel to 2002's Headhunter, which was originally released on the Dreamcast.
Then it got ported to the PS2, where it underwhelmed everyone. Now there's another Headhunter game. Is it better than the first one? Oh Lord, I hope so. Here's our review of Headhunter Redemption for the PS2.
Headhunter.
Beyond our shores.
Welcome to the bifurcated world of the above and below. The above world consists of a certain president who's the son of former president sinisterly selling snake petroleum to an unwitting mass of bar-coded Bible belters chanting, "One of us."
Like my father before me, I am pledged to defend our freedoms.
The below job, is to suffer quietly in the thankless din of hard labor and to earn enough credits to hopefully, one day, be afforded access to some Disney-owned celebration of homogeneous living. Jack Wade's back in gray as a wizened old wise ass afloat in a world infected with the Bloody Mary virus. This time round, Jack's enlisted the attributes of a pouty-lipped, body-inked badass named Lisa, who kinda looks like Gina Gershon in Bound. Together, they're off to find mind-erased family members toiling within the guts of the below world. But how do you know who they are? You could be wasting them now. That could have been your fabulously metrosexual Uncle Monty. Sifting through story elements and flaws may cause one of your eyes and perhaps ears to orbit in an upward trajectory. After a queasy helping of backstory, the front story belches forward in a shower of thuggish tough talk, and we're off to the races. You'll start the game as Lisa with some interesting upgrades from the previous incarnation of Headhunter. Holding down the right shoulder button allegedly locks onto an offending target, allowing you to shimmy and shake while laying out the lead. Now this can be awesome when taking down the few. Gun animations and sound effects are nicely done. Multiple targets can confuse Mr. Reticle, however, sometimes jumping to lesser damaged enemies when perhaps another is ventilating your mammalian hide with more accuracy. The less like Max Payne and more like Resident Evil third-person camera frustrates when surrounded, and makes you downright manic in boss fights when kinetic crap is flying from all directions. A bouquet of World of Tomorrow bling lays about the place, including rocket weapons, grenades, and adrenaline boosters necessary to temporarily avoid damage. Another recent development is the Iris, a scanner you can use to examine the properties and weaknesses of walls and objects and then gain some necessary insight as to your next move. Like Resident Evil, the game drops a huge pile of soaking wet wood into your arms for splitting in the form of puzzles and codes. This gets really tedious when trying to pick up momentum in the game, and you have to stop and stare at a screen to pick up some geometric outcome pattern in order to continue on. With the lack of blending of story and gameplay elements and some really frustrating control issues,
what species of creep are you?
We give it a 2 out of 5.
I hadn't put out the lights, you'd be a wipehead by now.
I'm tired of dystopian future games. How about a game set in a utopian future where everything is peaceful and perfect and made of candy and you have to screw it all up?
I like candy.
Later in the show, we have Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. But right now, we have more of Adam's interview with the deeply insightful Andrew W.K.
I like cookies, too. Do you like video games yourself? Is that something that you enjoy?
Yes. I'm not that good at them, but that doesn't mean I don't like it. And by trying,
practicing and applying myself, I hope to get better and better and better over time. The thing I always wanted about video games, what you always want is the ability to go outside the ring, the box, the area, whether it's a driving game or a wrestling game or a baseball game. I'm the guy who wants to take the bat and go into the audience in the baseball game and smash someone on the head. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's what this game's all about. You smash a table, you can pick up a piece and smash someone with that. You can go run through the house, you can jump off, it's a free-for-all.
You can leave the backyard and go to the...
You can go to the front yard.
You can go to the street.
Yeah, the front yard.
And play with the cars. You can go to the front yard. I don't have a front yard.
Side yard.
Yeah, side yard, or go to the bathroom, maybe.
You go to the bathroom.
Yeah, that's always fun. I do that sometimes.
That was very deep.
I actually have to go to the bathroom now.
Well, I guess we should go to break then.
Probably. Oh, that's bad.
Up next, Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. Need I say more?
At GameFly, rent the hottest titles for Xbox, PS2, GameCube, and GBA. Games like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and Tony Hawk Underground 2. No due dates, no late fees, free delivery. Go to Gamefly.com for your free trial. Gamefly, the smartest way to rent games.
Romantic.
Want to warm things up?
Trojan Man! Looks like you two were about to bump the buoy. Well, here's the new Trojan Warm Sensations condom.
Warm?
Yes. Cool. A moisture-activated lubricant creates a warming sensation both can share.
I'm on board.
Warm sensations only from Trojan, America's most trusted condom. Tropical, dude. The pleasure you want, the protection you trust. My job is done here.
Surf's up.
To be absolutely sure, I'm getting the lowest prices on electronics. I feel like I need a sign from above. That'll work.
I guess you're just what I need. That's what I needed.
At Circuit City, you'll find unbeatable prices guaranteed every day. So you can always leave confident knowing you got the best price.
You're just what I needed.
Circuit City.
Still illegal in Georgia. It's Adam Zessler and Morgan Webb.
Welcome back to X-Play.
We have finally arrived at the moment you've all been waiting for. Our look at the sequel to one of the best games ever released for the GameCube.
Oh, and it's got multiplayer.
Here's our preview of Metroid Prime 2 Echoes.
Oh, Samus. How you empower females around globe. You're already the star of the most critically acclaimed game of this generation. You kick ass. You take names. You blast aliens into piles of goo. Yes, we love you, Samus, and we're hoping we'll love you even more after playing the final version of Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. The sequel to the first ever 3D Metroid game, Echoes has Samus investigating a distress call on a far-flung planet. Once on the surface, she discovers that there are essentially two worlds. One is bathed in light, while the other is shrouded in darkness. Samus must venture between the two worlds to uncover the mystery behind the distress signal. This facilitates the need for new beams, including the shotgun-like dark beam, which works well on creatures in the light world. On the flip side, the light beam sends baddies from the dark world packing in a hurry. Samus' suit cannot withstand the environment in the dark world, so she must survive by being the bounty hunter in the bubble. If she ventures outside them, she loses health. You begin Echoes with the full repertoire of abilities you finished the original Metroid Prime with. But what would a Metroid game be without powering up gaming's ultimate diva? New to Samus' 3D abilities is the wall jump, which helps her bound up vertical inclines. She can also launch herself across huge ravines, or hop into a cannon for some extra propulsion. There's even a new multi-rocket weapon. Scanning, the love it or hate it aspect of the first Metroid Prime, is faster now. and there's a lot more alien blood to spill this time around, cutting back on the exploration in favor of some good old-fashioned butt-whooping. You can also count on a lot more action in Samus's ball form. And take a look at this. Is that an alert meter we see? Metroid Gear Solid? Say it ain't so. The Patent Advisor View has returned, and the experience will be rounded out by an extensive battle mode for up to 4 players. But there's still no online option. Why did I waste 40 bones on that stupid network adapter? Samus's nemesis this time around is the brooding Dark Samus. Friend, foe, a cheap knockoff? No one knows. We'll have to wait until November to find out.
Metroid fans will be happy to know Samus will have yet another attack that wasn't available in Metroid Prime.
The screw attack. It's a classic move from the old Metroid game.
Oh, yes, it is. Metroid Prime 2 Echoes will come out this winter. On the other hand, viewer mail comes out every damn day.
Yes. Today's viewer mail is from Obvious Plant in Tampa, Florida. He writes, I heard that Acclaim is bankrupt. Is that true? And what does it mean for the Red Star game? Who cares?
Yes. You are correct, Obvious Plant. Acclaim, the developers responsible for quality games like Turok and BMX XXX, the topless bike riding game. They have declared bankruptcy, I think, both financially and creatively.
Yes. Now, they're like $100 million in debt, which really is nothing by national budget standards, but fortunately or unfortunately, it means the end of Acclaim.
So where does that leave games like The Red Star, 100 Bullets, and Juice 2?
Hopefully nowhere. Well,
yeah.
Okay, pretty much in limbo. Now, maybe they'll get picked up by other companies. Maybe they'll fall off the face of the earth. Maybe someone will come up with a better title than Juice. It's an import tuning game, not a smoothie-making sim.
Really?
Yes.
Oh. Either way, comment on it. I think the one thing that I would like them to save is the Turok license, because there is a good game there somewhere, but talk about it on our website, which is g4techtv.com/xplay. Yay!
Good night.
We're remembering.
Watch, play, win, hyperactive!
We have a new online game everyone is talking about.
Every weeknight while you watch X-Play and Unscrewed with Martin Sargent, go online and play Hyperactive along with the shows.
You can win an iPod Mini and other cool stuff. Many of you will be playing for months to come.
For rules and details, go to g4techtv.com/hyperactive and play along every night with X-Play at 11 and Unscrewed with Martin Sargent at 11:30.